Alright, from this point, attack and move forward, and we are going to buy a potion. Well, actually, to be more clear, we're going to be buying 2 potions. Now, more than likely, you're going to have more coins than what I have here. It kind of just depends. However, right before I tell you what potions we're going to be buying with the 85 coins, it's worth mentioning that in Hunt 1, by the way, attack into the cutscene, if you are struggling with getting the 85 coin requirement for when you get to there, instead of running straight forward, collect this, and you'll probably get enough coins to do whatever you need. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The 2 potions you're going to buy, in order, is the Invisibility Potion, or the Invis Pot, as I'm going to be calling it, and the Freeze Pot, and then click Check Out. If you do not have 85 coins, by the way, it's really not reset worthy. It's just that it's a little bit annoying. It's going to be a pointless time lost later on. But make sure you buy this first, always. This has to be bought. Click Check Out. And now we want to run in this line of coins. The reason we're going to do that is because this causes the bandits to run to our right, and we need to head left. So this is going to... that just works out really well for us. Right here, we need to do a triple jump over that. It's not a hard triple jump at all. The only thing that's really hard is that you can potentially bonk your toe on the brick. That's about it. And now we want to do a triple jump up here. The farther right you are on this, the easier the jump is. You could land basically anywhere you want up here, except for all the way up here in this like little corner right here. Obviously, it's faster if you do something like this instead, because you're like farther over to the left, which is where we need to be. But this is the easiest way of doing it, is just going over to the right and then doing that. From this point, do a double jump around here. The collision of this, by the way, there's like a line here, right? All this basically past these 2 markers is basically walkable. Just not this side, because you'll fall and then you'll have to do a double jump or a triple jump to recover from it. It's annoying. From here, this is kind of preference. You can either do a jump here onto this next tree, or you can walk really far to the left. And you'll notice that there's kind of like an invisible staircase whenever you do that. I tend to do this because I find this to be way easier than doing the jump, and the jump also wastes a bunch of time. Yeah, walk up here, and then when you walk up here, you should step up on the barrier. You'll notice because you'll like kind of like teleport up a little bit. Here's what it looks like without the barriers being shown. You can see it's way more obvious. I'm gonna land over here. I'm gonna walk over here, and here's the fun part. We now need to slide up this. Here's what this all looks like in action. Pretty cool, right? It's not actually as hard as a lot of people think. I'm pretty sure, especially at 60 FPS. There was an issue before where on an uncapped frame rate, you would tend to get like stuck here like that, and you would die. But typically on 60 FPS, there's a way lower chance of that happening, especially if you get a lot of speed. But yeah, basically you just do this. Here is the barrier. Obviously you can't go too far right, otherwise you'll fall, and if you fall, that's a reset instantly. The only case where a fall is not a reset is if you fall like over here. If you fall here, then you might be able to like recover with a double jump like that. That's really annoying to do. So walk over here, do a single jump. You can also do a scroll jump into this, by the way, and you can also do a scroll triple jump like that if you want. Land over here, and now we need to walk into this gap. Now it doesn't look like there's a gap here, but there actually is. There's a gap that's right here, and we need to walk through this. Because if you're any farther left, you'll bonk this tree, and if you're any farther right, you'll just fall off. However, in the case you go too far right, you can't just continue on. Alright, now that we're here, walk over here. If you want to be really fast about this, do a double jump like this. However, just know that a good amount of people have died doing this. It's a pretty nerve-wracking area to jump at. Lots of people will simply prefer to do this instead, because that is so much more safe. If you don't want to do the jump at all, then walk around here like that, and you won't die. I mean, walk over here, and now we want to either jump onto this, or there's actually a ramp here. You can walk down onto this. However, the angle is a little bit precise. Angle is roughly that. I don't just generally where this line is where you want to walk. But once you get here, you want to do a really big double jump, really wide over to the right, and then you want to land on the hay bale. If we're not that wide, then we're going to end up landing on this. If this happens, then you're going to want to either do a jump off like so, like this, or you could do a dead stop. Now, I haven't explained what dead stops are. Later in the tutorial, that'll make sense. Basically, you can charge off the edge and then stop moving, and then that would happen. You could, in theory, do that, but that's super slow. But that is extremely safe to do. Yeah, anyway, do a jump like that, and land down here. Walk over here, and we're about to use a potion. If you have the default binds on Shrek 2, press 3. The moment you pull the lever, just spam 3. Then jump over here. Here is this boss right here, and we're actually going to kill the boss by doing a jump attack on them. That instantly kills them, and we can move on. Also, super tiny off topic. If you're like cheating in here and you're using like a slow-mo hack, like in Master Tools, where you can press F1 and F4 to slow down or speed up the game, do not speed up the game while you go over here, because your game will probably just crash. Anyway, press the lever and then spam 3 on your keyboard, not on the numpad, on the keyboard. Over here, do a triple jump to kill the bandit. Once that happens, we want to do a double jump over here, almost as soon as possible. I say almost because if you go immediately, there is a chance that you could hit a wall that falls. If you're confused about this, by the way, I'll show you right here. So you see this wall right here? If I do this right here, as you can see, whenever he dies, that wall lowers. It's technically possible to clip your toe on the wall, but it is really rare. Also, one more thing that needs to be mentioned, you need to drink the potion before the boss bar appears, because if the boss bar appears, then you cannot drink the potion anymore, and if that happens, by the way, lure him over to this water and then punch him in the water on the left side specifically. Also, an easier way to do this, come over here and then do a jump attack on like this. It is significantly slower if you do that, but it's way safer. Walk over here. You could just punch through these bandits because you can one-shot them because, I don't know, invisibility potion equals you can one-shot everyone, question mark. And once you're over here, you want to fall into this cutscene and skip it. Preferably with like a single jump.